I was going to say, we're making it sound like you had to chase Michael down, but Michael, I would be thrilled if Riz Ahmed was, pursuing a role in my film.
I'd never heard of him before, so I had to like watch some stuff.
I turned up with my CV. I turned up with DVDs. I turned up with CVs. He's like, I don't have a DVD player. I had to buy the guy Netflix. A lot of my work is not on Netflix. It's very low budget indie movie. So.
Encounter it's such a tense film. It's sci-fi, it's family drama, it's a thriller, it's a road trip movie. What was sort of the initial idea or impetus for the movie that prompted you to want to make the film?
It's a script that had been around a bit in the UK, written by a UK writer, Joe Barton. It was on the Brit list or the Blacklist, one of them, and it was like always well loved. And then it came to me, and I instantly identified with the family dynamic between father and his two sons, because for ostensibly a lot of my childhood was, I grew up with a single father and a younger brother, and I just really knew that relationship and how complex it could be, how loving it could be. And so I read the draft of the script, and I was just like, wow, this is my family dynamic. And I thought I could do a quick pass on it in a couple of months. And then it took me a couple of years to pour all of that into the script.
Riz, you play Malik, who's a former Marine. How did the script find its way to you, and what interested you in this role?
I saw Michael's previous film, Beast, and I loved it. It blew my mind. I thought it was such a rare instance of something that was both a thriller, but also really invested in the characters and was a character study. And I couldn't believe it was his first film. So I was just really interested in finding out what he was doing next. My agent sent me the script, said he's doing this. And I kind of like pestered him for a couple of months and sent him long emails and said, hey, let's meet up. And met up with him, and I lied to him and said, listen, I'm not troublesome to work with. I promise it will be super chill. I'll be in your corner. That would change when he gave me the job. When he gave me the job, I was there, just like out to get him every day. Yeah, it was just really, the script was amazing. I thought it was so moving. And again, that combination of thriller and kind of all about the characters and the relationships, which is quite rare, sometimes films become overshadowed by the genre that they're in, whether it's sci-fi or thriller. This film has elements of both. So yeah, it was just Michael and the script, simple as that. On paper, this character perhaps isn't the kind of character that, I might not be the kind of actor that would pop first into your mind. And particularly, I think the script initially had lots of overtones of kind of like America's fear of maybe immigration and that kind of thing, and the invasion. And so I kind of felt like I had to pursue it just because this film in its kind of natural habitat might not have included a cast like this, but I just really believed in it so much, and Michael was very receptive to that.
I'm a huge sci-fi fan, but I went into this not knowing anything. And for me, in order to become a part of of a project, I have to be a fan. So I was already a fan, knowing the creatives involved, but it has to be on the page. And it was a page turner. I was like, this is amazing. Oh my God. And as things continue to be revealed in these very organic, transcendent moments, for me, I just knew that I wanted to be a part of it, because we've seen movies like this, but done from the other perspective. Yeah, I feel very lucky that I, talked Michael into hiring me.
How high can you count?
300.
Okay, I want you to count to 600. I'll be back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Did you know who Riz was? Have you seen any of his movies?
So briefly, when I heard that Riz was playing my father, I'm like, who the heck is he? My dad showed me a couple scenes of Nightcrawler, and I'm like, wow, this guy's amazing.
I actually found out that I got the role on my 11th birthday. So it was definitely such a great birthday present. I had heard of Riz before. I saw Venom just a couple of months ago, and he was great in it. And I really love Marvel movies, so it was definitely a really cool thing for me to watch. And then when I got a chance to be in the same room with him, I was in awe. I was really in awe.
When we first met at Michael's place, we got to swim, play Beyblades, which are like spinning tops. So we had a lot of fun times together.
Who would usually win at Thumb War?
Sometimes, and most of the time, Aditya would probably he would cheat and he'd use his other hand.
He's a big Thumb War cheat. This is the thing, he looks all sweet. Look, he looks all present, he's smiling, he's in the shirt. This guy's a rotten cheat at Thumb War. I'm sorry, Aditya, we've got to be real about this.
Oh man.
So look out for these people. But we spent a lot of time in that car, and it's in the middle of COVID. Everyone's wearing masks. It was nice to be around other human beings and for us to like bond and hang out, right, guys? And so we just played. It was like a road trip. We just make up games, make up songs. Yeah, Thumb War, arm wrestling, whatever. We were just being stupid. We were just like being like silly.
Octavia, do you feel a little left out that you weren't in the car now?
Well, they all knew that I was a big chicken-hearted chicken when it came to COVID. And this was actually my first job back. And I have to say, they did an amazing job keeping everybody safe.
Are you telling me if we don't stand by each other, we can't get through anything? I know we can.
You might think that you had to edit around a load of stuff to get an amazing performance out of these guys. That's just not the case. Every day on set, they were amazing, like really amazing. For me, it was like a big reset creatively to be around such honesty and such emotional authenticity, and yeah, you can say, oh, sometimes you get that with younger actors and stuff, but these guys really are the real deal. I think we're going to look back at this film and say, oh my God, you remember what River and Aditya's like first movie was? It was this. If they want to continue doing this, because honestly, like take after take after take, this wasn't like, oh, you've caught them on the fly, they cry. It's like take after take, they would provide the goods. And honestly, I had to feel like, man, I've just got to be on point with these guys because they're brilliant actors.
One of the things I really love about this film is that it sort of plays in these gray areas of more morality. Who can you trust? Who are the bad guys? Who are the good guys? River mentioned Venom earlier, and I was thinking, Riz and Octavia, you've both played two of my favorite villains, Riz and Venom, Octavia and Ma. Is it sometimes sort of fun to be in that area to play the bad guy, or get to be a little devious?
The bad guys usually don't know that they're the bad guys. So it was fun for me in that I got to play someone who was more flawed and more troubled than I've ever had to play. And it was, fun.
I think that's the point of telling stories, is we understand that as human beings, we're all complex. We all have light and shade. We all have these different sides to us. And I think Michael explores that in such an amazing way. He did that in Beast. He does this again in Encounter. Because you're really kind of questioning at different stages, who these people are at their core. And I think actually it's a question the characters are asking themselves as well. Like, what are my values? What am I prepared to do? For Malik, it's about what is he willing to do to protect his children, and what does protecting his children really mean? It means different things throughout the different stages of the movie, to protecting them from different people, from people out there, from people on the Zoom call, or from himself, and that kind of continues to evolve over the course of the film. So there's like a lot of there's a lot of interesting nuances to play in.